Okay. I have no idea if any of this is working because I have a fairly new setup. It's been a long time. I didn't mean it to be this long between when I chronicled my trading. I had to go to the other side of the planet, and I thought I would be there for a week, and I ended up being there a full month. Wasn't planning it. I used my crypto.com card. So obviously I don't get paid for anything. But man, it worked. It just worked. And there came a point on my journey where I needed to employ some legal services. I'm never in trouble with the law. So this was just some kind of routine stuff. And I sold all the Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin. I sold all my Binance coin. And God, I feel a little lucky. I sold the rest of my BNB at $245. So I don't know if I'm going to buy back in now that the price has dropped, but I was able to sell the BNB. Well, move the BNB to crypto.com, sell the BNB on crypto.com, take that cash and put it on the prepaid Visa. And then I was able to pull out that BNB in 3 ATM transactions during the same day. Boom. I've never had to do that. Not even when I was at home. I've never had to go to the ATM more than once a week, once a month sometimes. But man, worked flawless. I'm so glad that I have that. I didn't use it that much. I may consider using it a lot more. Just wanted to throw that out there. But that's why it's been a long time. I came back and things like broke, and there was a heat wave, and I had stuff that I had to take care of. And now I'm looking at Bitcoin again. So Bitcoin on the month, right? First thing I want to point out is this MACD on the month is technically the MACD line and the signal line, right? The MACD line being the blue and the signal being the orange. These lines are now going sideways, right? They're sideways. They're now going sideways. Okay? So, not a great sign. All right. But I had a line that was like a really long line, right? And I got rid of that. And what I was looking for was I was trying to get an idea of where we are at the mean, right? So maybe 2 months ago, I said we were on our way back to the mean, and we probably will never see 16K Bitcoin again. And so that was probably like 2 months ago, maybe longer. But we were on our way up to the mean. Well, I think we found our mean. I think we got it right here, right? So it's time for us to flip over here now. I guess you could think, well, there's probably like a month missing. But this is just basically going to go above the mean and then come back underneath the mean and then slowly trend the mean until you get to the enthusiasm, any type of media attention, right? Which is our cycles, right? Maybe. Anyway, so I think that's where we are. Is a couple months ago I said we were down here, returning to the mean. I think we're in that space between where this line and this line would connect in this void, right? So this should be good. This should be a little bit of volatility to work with for some very small trades to get your skills honed, so to speak. So I'm not that freaked out. I don't really think that we have seen a crash in Bitcoin. Let me put it that way. I think we are either we went above the mean and now we're below the mean, or we went above the mean and now we're on the mean. Anyways, we're right around where we want to be on the mean, the mean line there. Yeah. So keep that in mind. That's what I'm looking at. Long game here. This isn't weeks here. This isn't days. This is months that we go through these phases, right? But I just wanted to show this chart. I think this visually kind of shows where we're at. Soon we're going to be here, right? So let's go back to our Bitcoin chart. And this was our 2018 high, all the way back here. So I'm going to grab a parallel channel. I'm going to do some voodoo. All right, without explaining too much of why I did this, up here we have multiple kind of contacts with this upline. That's why it's here. But down here we only have this one going through, so I'm not going to count it. So now, if I can figure out how to use the tool, we could see ourselves in a very, normally I wouldn't draw a large channel like this, but we could see ourselves in a very large channel, so to speak, for until July 24th, right? And this long channel here will be the stealth phase. Does that make sense? And if you notice, look what it says right here: smart money, stealth phase. So you either think Bitcoin's going to crash, or you think it's going to go, or you think it's going to keep going up for years to come, right? I think you know what camp I'm in. So while I don't feel bad at all about selling the last of my BNB. I've told people that the buying opportunity is coming up. Don't catch knives, because right now we're going down, and we could go down to 23K from here. That's an easy way to go. This right here could be right next to it, right next to this. The MACD and the signal line could be right next to each other for a very long time. If we look back here, it's actually in the positive, but it's in here. It's going for a very long time, right next to each other. So this is real possible. So we're looking for the next big green divergence here to start selling on our MACD, right? And if there's one thing that I like about MACD, it's MACD on the monthly, right? I'm not a big MACD fan at the lower time frames. So let's go to a lower time frame. We'll check out the week. Right. So that's where we're sitting in the week. We could easily have some more down. So now is not the time to go long. Now is also not the time to short Bitcoin. The time to short Bitcoin was back here, right? The time to short Bitcoin was when we broke this trend line right here. Actually, I would say that line that I've had at 28.5, when Bitcoin dropped below that line, that was the time to short Bitcoin, and no sooner than that would be my opinion. And you'd be doing pretty good, I think. Right? 8% on a short, if you were leveraging, if you're gambling, you would have done pretty good on that. But this is our line of resistance again right here. This is our thick line of resistance. Let's go ahead and we're going to extend that. We're just going to extend that all the way out here. Okay. Anything else we want to do? I wonder. Let's go back to the month here. Since we're historically going back. That's not actually what I want to look at here. I want to look at this. Now, I'm going to steal this line. So, what I'm thinking in my head is that this could be like for lack of a better term, let's call this a bounce line. The next time Bitcoin hits this line, it could bounce up high, right? It may be more like out like this, but so I wouldn't buy now. I'd wait and see, especially on the month. Let's drill down into the week. We're right in the middle here. Let's drill down to the day real quick. So we have no support whatsoever. Let's go back to the week. Let's get rid of this. We're going to extend this yellow line also. Da-da-da, hocus pocus. All right. 2 points of resistance now to look at. We're gonna wonder about resistance here, and we're gonna wonder about resistance here. The last time we came up to and we hit this resistance, well, the first time we came up and we hit this resistance, we dropped down to 25.5K. We hit it again, and we dropped down to 25.5K. New lines. Replacing old lines. All right. Let's go ahead and make that thick. What the hell? So, a lot of hope here. A lot of hope that we're at the bottom. So, I would not go long right now because right now you are still catching knives. We're looking at the week. We're looking at the MACD, and the MACD does not look good. We have no support until we get down to 19K. And then after that, 18K. There's no support going on here. And I say that on the daily, right? Because here on the daily, we have no support whatsoever here. This is nothing. 19.5. 19.5K. No support. But that's our last support, and that ended weeks ago. So nothing's there. So we either develop a new support here or we're done for. And this right here, this on the daily, this does not look like a channel pattern, right? So the reason I got rid of, I prefer smaller channels, right? I don't like to play with large channels. So we have the smaller channels here. This I don't see as a channel. I don't even see where we could start building one right here. Maybe, it's still kind of a big channel, but maybe I need to see it turn around before I can call this a channel, right? There's no points to hang a channel off of. So this channel is, what I'm doing now is pure speculation, right? Maybe this is our next channel, right? Because we sort of have that here. We sort of have that here. So maybe we're developing another channel in here. Maybe this green. Here, let's make all this as long as that. I'll go back and fix this later. But maybe July 2024, maybe we're bouncing around this channel till July 2024. Anything is possible. But right now, looks like it's going down. The MACD for the day doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. So, all right, keep that in mind. No point in going to the 4 hour. Ethereum is pretty much the same thing. I'm seeing the same thing here. So the time to have gotten out would have been this yellow line, or at the bare minimum, this 1, 2, 3 point trend line going up once that was broken. And now it's don't be trying to catch knives. Wait for this to turn around, right? Because even if we look on the 4 hour, this is not turning around well on the 4 hour here, right? So 50 is going to need to catch up to the 2 or to the candles one way or another. Once the candles start trading above on the 4, then we can start looking on the daily. We'll want a 1-2 candle, right? We'll want something just like we saw right here. This 1 candle, then as soon as the 2 started trading above the 1, buy in, set your stop limits, right? If this was your trading account and not your hodling account, and you bought up here, yeah, I don't know what to say. Keep your trades small. Always set stop limits. Never walk away from your computer without a stop limit set, without stop limits on everything on your trading account set. And I think that's it. So that's where I think we're at. We'll have to see. I got a bad feeling, though, on the day. Nothing stopping us from going down. But if you're doing hodl buys have your money ready, because we could see this could be, well, shucks, 1, 2, 3, 4, multiple here, multiple here. This could be, I don't like channels this big, but this could be a giant channel. Could be the biggest channel I've seen since 2019. All right. Safe trading. I'm blown away with how crypto.com worked. It perfect. So happy. I even had to use their customer service. So it was great. It was great. All right.